So, as the year's getting started, I figured now was the perfect time to talk about the movies coming out in 2026 that I'm actually excited for. This list could honestly have been way longer, but I wanted to keep it tight and focused on 10 films that really stood out to me. Also, quick disclaimer, these are not ranked. This isn't a countdown. It's just a group of movies I'm genuinely looking forward to. All right, with that being said, let's jump right into it. Number one, we have Avengers Doomsday. This movie has a lot riding on it. Marvel hasn't exactly had the smoothest run as of late, so this feels like a big prove it moment. The return of Chris Evans already has people talking, but what really gets me interested is Doctor Doom. If Marvel actually commits to making Doom a serious long term threat, this could be the movie that brings royal weight back to the MCU. Big if, but I'm cautiously optimistic. After all, the previous two Avengers films in the hands of the Russo brothers were both certified bangers. Who's to say that they can't make magic again with the next couple of installments? Number two on the list is the Odyssey. Christopher Nolan doing the Odyssey just makes sense. Nolan doesn't really do small movies, and this story is basically built for scale. I have no idea what his take is going to be, whether it's super mythic, more grounded, or something completely unexpected. But Nolan usually swings big, and even when his movies don't fully work for me, such as Tenet, they're always interesting to see. This is an IMAX day one watch that you probably just don't want to miss. And did I forget to mention that it has a stacked cast? I mean, listen to some of these names. We have Matt Damon, Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, Anne Hathaway, Elliot Page, Lupita, John Bernthal, Tom Holland, and so many more notable names. Number three, another superhero film. We have Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm just really curious about Spider-Man after No Way Home. Peter's finally back to being just Peter. No Avengers, no safety net in a world that doesn't remember him. That opens the door for so much more grounded Spider-Man stories, and honestly, those tend to be my favorites. If this movie focuses more on Peter struggling to balance his normal life with being Spider-Man, I think it could be a strong reset for the character moving forward. It's also noticeable being helmed by a different director, and I look forward to his take on the character as he has a lot to live up to. Number four, I have Project Hail Mary. If you've read the book, you already know why Project Hail Mary is exciting. It's sci-fi, but it's not cold or distant. It's actually really funny and surprisingly emotional. This is one of those movies where the execution matters a lot. If they get the tone right and don't overcomplicate things while sticking with what made the book great, this could be one of the better sci-fi films we've had in a while. This, of course, leads right into the fifth film I have on this list, Disclosure Day. Whenever Steven Spielberg does sci-fi, I typically pay attention. Disclosure Day already feels like it could be tapping into that classic Spielberg energy with big ideas, big moments, but still grounded in human emotion. I don't know much about the plot yet, but honestly, Spielberg returning to this kind of storytelling with aliens is enough to get me is enough to get me in theaters. Number six, I have Evil Dead Burn. The Evil Dead franchise had been on a pretty solid run lately, and the Evil Dead Burn looks like it's not slowing down. These movies work best when they're messy, brutal, and just a little unhinged. I'm hoping this one keeps the same energy, and if you're a horror fan, this is probably already on your radar. Number seven, I have Clayface. Out of all the DC projects announced, Clayface might be the most interesting to me. This doesn't sound like a traditional supervillain movie at all. If they really lean into the tragic, the body horror side of the character instead of trying to turn it into another big CGI spectacle, could be something genuinely different. And honestly, DC needs more of that. It's one of those reasons why I'm looking forward to James Gunn's DC's universe and the story he's planning to tell. With the DC universe in mind, brings me to number eight, Supergirl. Supergirl is another DC project I'm keeping an eye on. There's a real opportunity here to tell a story that feels distinct from Superman instead of just copying the formula that worked. If they focus on Kara's perspective, her struggle to find her place, this could be a nice change of pace and a solid step forward for DC's new direction. We got a glimpse of her in Superman and more so in the trailer for her movie, but I'm looking forward to connecting with this interpretation of Supergirl, and hopefully she wins me over, similarly to how Superman won me over last year. Number nine, I have How to Make a Killing. This is probably the smallest movie on the list, but sometimes those end up being the most fun. Comedies like this typically live or die by their writing, and if this one nails the tone, it could be a surprise standout. Definitely one I'm keeping on my watch list. I mean, it has Glenn Powell, and who doesn't like Glenn Powell movies? Number 10, I have Werewolf by Robert Eggers. With him doing a werewolf movie, it's kind of perfect. He's all about the atmosphere, the slow tension, and making you feel uncomfortable in the best way. This doesn't sound like your typical monster movie. If anything, it's like his previous work. It's probably going to be weird, unsettling, and very memorable, which is exactly what I want in a horror film. And I know I said 10 earlier, but as a bonus, number 11 is Iron Lung. Iron Lung is one of those more interesting adaptations coming out. The original game is pure tension and isolation, and translating that into a movie is no small task. Markiplier being involved makes this especially intriguing, and if they stick to the claustrophobic, dread-filled tone of the game, this could definitely end up being another effective horror film coming out in 2026. So yeah, those are my 11 most anticipated films of 2026. There's a nice mix here: big blockbusters, horror, sci-fi, Marvel, and some experimental stuff, which makes the year feel pretty exciting. Let me know in the comments below what movies you're looking forward to, and if there's anything I missed, be sure to let me know.